Hey guys, it's Nadia again. So as promised, I'm back a few days later for my introduction with my first video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a lovely low-carb cheesecake. So just follow along with me and I'll take you through all the steps. Okay, so yeah, most of us love cheesecake. I mean, myself included. It's absolutely one of my favorite desserts. It's one of my favorite desserts. So yeah, the reason that this cheesecake is lower carb and, in my opinion, better than a lot of the ones on the market is it is completely flourless. It's completely sugarless. I'm going to be using cream cheese, which is something that's very high in proteins but relatively low in carbs. I'm going to be using xylitol as my sweetener. This is actually a mix of xylitol and Splenda. So this is a 0-calorie sweetener. It's not aspartame. It's not something that is one of the chemical sweeteners. And this cheesecake is going to have a lot of flavor because it's going to be intensified with vanilla, and it's going to have a chocolate surprise in the middle because it is a stuffed cheesecake. So come on with me. And we'll just start mixing all the ingredients together. So first off, you want to get softened cream cheese. Let's see, 250 grams. I believe this is 1 ounce or so. Standard brick of cream cheese. And one block works out, let's see, approximately 2 cups. So you want to make it nice and soft. So we have our cream cheese in the bowl. It's softened, so what I was saying is if you're in a rush and you need it softened in a hurry, then you can simply just undo the wrapper and put it in the microwave for, say, 30 seconds and it'll soften up for you. So we have our 1 brick of cream cheese, and then we have 2 eggs, which I'm just going to crack right in. But first, I am going to just stir the cream cheese. So I'm going to get it mixing just like this, and you want to be careful and make sure that you constantly are scraping down the sides. That just ensures a smooth cheesecake. Nothing worse than a lumpy cheesecake. Okay, so next we have our 2 standard large eggs that I'm just going to crack right in. So I'm just cracking it right in the bowl. You want to incorporate it one at a time. And then we just beat this in. Okay, so now that we have the eggs and the cream cheese incorporated, we're going to add the flavoring. So these are the things that are going to make the cake delicious. So first off, I love vanilla. I just love the flavor of it. I think it makes everything so much more desserty, so to speak. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla. Just right in. Next, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon or so of cinnamon. Love cinnamon. And then, of course, last but mostly important, is my sweetener. So I'm just going to add that right in. And it's more or less about 1.5 cups of sweetener. So now we just stir until it's all incorporated. Okay, so we have a nice smooth batter with all of our ingredients incorporated in. So now it's time to portion the batter out. And we're going to add the stuffed part to the cheesecake, so you'll see how these cheesecakes get stuffed. So I went out and I got these cute little tart or dessert cups. They're kind of small. You know, you can always buy cups that are slightly bigger. I have 24 of these, so the next size up, I believe you can get packages of 12, like these cups. Okay, so before we pour the batter into these little guys, I just want to take some non-stick spray and just spray them into these little containers just to make sure that they don't stick and they come out nice and clean. So we just spray it around just like so. Okay, and just give it a little swirl, and there you go. It's non-stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these cups inside a baking sheet, like a baking pan, because what I'm going to do is as the cheesecakes are baking, I'm going to just put a little bit of hot water inside the pan just so it's a nice gentle heat. That way it won't dry out the cheesecakes. Now, like I say, this batter doesn't have any flour in it, so it makes it a little thinner. So it's always nice if you have one of these cups or baking bowls that have the little spout on it. It just makes it easier, less messy. Okay, so now for the stuff part. These are sugar-free chocolate chips that I was able to get at my low-carb grocery. And I find for a recipe like this, half a cup is usually good. So now for the fun part. It's all fun, but this is extra fun. So what I do is I pour the batter halfway into one of my muffin tins, and I pour it to about halfway up. And then what I do is I take a spoonful of chocolate chips and I just sprinkle it right in the middle, just like that. And then I take some more batter and I cover the chocolate. See that? So basically when they bake, you take it out, you bite into it, and you get a delicious chocolatey burst. Okay, so now we're ready to bake these off. So I'm just going to pour some water into the pan here. Let me just move this guy over. The general rule of thumb is to just fill it until these guys are maybe about filled to a third of the way up. And now we're just going to pop these in. I like a slower, more gentle heat, so I've preheated my oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just going to pop these in here for, I mean, these are small, so I would say check on them in about 20 minutes or so until they're just set. Because again, these are flourless cheesecakes, so they will bake a lot faster. So yeah, if you can see now why the water was necessary. Do you see how even the color is? There's no burning. Even if you were to overbake these a little bit, it wouldn't be a problem because of that water. So it creates moisture. So it's more of a gentle heat. It's more of a steaming process rather than a blazing down onto it process. So yeah, it just prevents burning and cracking and drying out. So that's the purpose of the water, and it just creates a nice smooth even color as well as consistency. So we're just going to let these cool, and then we'll invert them onto a plate and make them nice and pretty with some chocolate and some little garnishments. Okay, so these are all baked up. They've chilled for maybe about an hour or so, and I just inverted them out of this little thingy here, this little pan, and I've got them inverted and all on a plate. So now I had some chocolate chips left over from the stuffing. So what I did, all I did was I just sort of melted the chocolate chips down like so. Okay, and these again were the sugar-free chocolate chips. So what I'm going to do, I just melted them. I'm just going to do like a little bit of a drizzle here. Just a little bit of a drizzle on top. So I have some sliced almonds here, which are completely low carb as well. And really I'm just doing a small handful of sliced almonds, unsalted. Just a small handful. And I'm just going to sprinkle them on top and around. And I know these look pretty decadent, they actually look really good, but I crunched the numbers just based on all the ingredients that I've used, and these actually only have 81 calories each, and 5 grams of carbs and 5 grams of fat. So I'm pretty sure that these will fit into most of the standard diet plans that we're all doing, whether it's calorie reduction or carb reduction. But definitely the recipe for this is quite flexible, so you can use more or less chocolate if you want to. You can use different types of sweeteners, different types of flavors. I've used vanilla and cinnamon in these, but you could definitely switch it up. I've added almonds onto these, so you could definitely remove the almonds, try a different nut if you like, or no types of nuts if you want. Just have them plain. But I definitely hope that you enjoy these and that these can fit into your plan. So definitely let me know what you think of them. I'm Nadia once again, and these are my chocolate stuffed cheesecakes.